boogie 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 dance your hands off, baby.
I did. I tried to do a little the barista, art for you.
Oh, good job.
Do you see what it is?
Is it the moon? The man in the moon? There's a smile.
No, maybe you got to look the other way.
Oh.
Do you see it?
Yes, I do. Oh, Brett, that's so beautiful.
What?
It's
a frog.
Male form. What?
A male what? Frog?
Not a nude. Not a nude.
No.
Not a nude.
Not a nude. Do you see a penis in there?
I do. I see. Does a frog have a penis? Google it.
Probably.
Does a frog have a penis?
I'll look.
Was it a
They
frog?
must.
Yes, it
was
is.
a frog, I thought.
It is a frog. Good job. You made a frog. Uh-oh, I'm going to kiss the frog and turn it into a prince.
The first result that comes up is like that fills the gap says, do frogs have teeth? I don't need to know that.
Well, of course they do. You've never seen a frog smile in a Disney film? They always have. Of course they have teeth. Okay, let's get started. Thank you for this beautiful cup of frog coffee.
I do have to say, breaking news, male frogs do not have a penis.
Well, then how? Well, then what do they have?
They have a cloaca.
A what?
Cloaca.
A
Cloaca?
Cloaca.
Is it like when a dog's penis comes out of its casing?
Instead, they use a cloaca to release a sperm.
Please, I want to get started. Okay, this is not a biology podcast, okay? Welcome to the Beverly podcast, okay? This is episode 18, which is very special. Do you know why it's special?
No.
Does the Jewish part of you know why it's special?
No.
Does the Jewish part of you know why it's special? I literally explained this.
Passover?
Okay.
No.
Every time I have to explain this, Passover.
I did it wrong.
No. 18. Hi. It's the numerical. It's numbers and letters in the Hebrew alphabet have a numerical correlation. 18 is chai. That's when you go to a bar mitzvah. You give them increments of 18. All right. You know what? I'm not a rabbi. I'm not a rabbi. This is not a rabbinical podcast. Okay. So for all of you anti-Semites out there, you're here. It's a Jew, not a rabbi. Don't target me. Okay. I will tell you, instead of telling you who Beverly is, who I am, I will tell you who I'm not, just to make it easier. Okay. Here's who I am not. I am not Mel Robbins. Okay. I didn't have to write a book about Let Them. I didn't have to write a book about Let Them because I have been letting them do whatever they want for years. When my children were little, I let them, okay? I let them eat candy. I let them watch TV. I let them be children, okay? That's what I did. Maybe it could be argued, okay, that I let them a little too much. And maybe that's why they're so difficult at the age of 39. Maybe. Have you ever thought of that, Mel Robbins? And maybe the conclusion here is that letting them isn't the best advice after all. Maybe we need to let them all do a little goddamn less. Do you ever think of that, Mel Robbins? Maybe do not let them. Don't let them do everything that they want, okay? I am also not, for the record, Brené Brown. Okay, who, let's be honest, I have never listened to her, not once. Okay, I'm not entirely sure she has a podcast, but I do know that the B in front of Renee is extraneous and we should chop it off foreskin style. Now, the third person I am not, Glennon Doyle. Now, here is something funny that I just realized. It took me all the way to episode 18 for me to remember. Forget that she's an anti-Semite. Okay, let's just put that aside for 1 second. What's the matter?
I need the bell.
What do you mean? Oh, I forgot. Okay, this is so funny. I keep forgetting that there is a system in place for all of you listening, or you're watching the Yodcast, or you're listening to the podcast. See, I don't know if you can hear the bell because I don't know how good this sound equipment is. All right, we get it.
I got excited.
If there's a problem or there's a problematic statement, then the bell gets rung and either we take a break to discuss it so that Beverly can learn and maybe educate some of the younger people around here, or the younger people can educate Beverly about it. Do you understand? Is the technical okay here?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're up to over there.
Oh, it's good. Actually, Shannon, our sweet Shannon, just texted me.
Oh, she did?
Yes,
Okay.
about production related questions.
Oh, so this is Beverly business.
It
You're
is Beverly
interrupting my
business.
flow. I just want to make sure I understand what's happening right now.
didn't
We're
mean
taking
to
this further. Please,
I was
keep your
focusing
texting to yourself. I don't want to know that you're texting while I'm talking about important material for the podcast. Okay, you keep it to yourself. You know, Sammy, this podcast is also about attention, the attention distraction economy. Okay, and you're learning that it exists. Can we go back to Glennon Doyle?
Yes.
Okay. Let's just put everything aside that I don't like about her. Here's what's funny about Glennon Doyle. Like Brene Brown, she also has a foreskin on her first name. What's with the G? Lennon. Lennon. Lennon, like John Lennon, is a name. Glennon is also needs an extra. G is extraneous as she circumcision, please. We need a bris on aisle Doyle. Okay, a moil for Doyle. Calling all moils. Anyway, that's who I'm
could also
not.
snip off the end and just be Glenn.
Thank you. No, not Glenn. No, O-N. Glenn on.
Oh.
So Glenn on. Snip off the. Oh, look at you contributing. Isn't that wonderful? I have concluded that you're definitely circumcised and now you're defending it. Okay, good for you. So, anyway, those three are who I'm not. Who I am is a Jewish boomer mother just trying to do her best, okay? Which is why I'm trying to assemble a crack team here, failing on a regular basis. Now, this is why we're doing this podcast, so I can spread my life all over your life, and then you get whatever life lessons you think you need. I'm going to spread it all over you. You're welcome. And for free, if you're cheap, I don't want the, if you don't want the ads spread all over you, subscribe or else spread yourself, spread yourself. Or get the spread. Get the extra special spread, which means no ad spread. And
Like
that way
cookie
you've been
butter.
spread. Right, like the speculoos, which is the cookie butter that they do at the Belgian bakery. Now, before I get into today's theme, which is very exciting and inspired by true events, I want to do a little something else that is very helpful to my community. And you are my community, okay? It's helpful for my community and humanity. It's helpful for humanity, okay? If they are listening. If you're listening, you'll get it. If you're not listening, you're not going to get it. I want to take accountability for something that I have done in my life that might have had an adverse effect on the energy and positive forward motion of humanity. Do you understand?
Yes.
Because part of the problem with the world right now is that people are so afraid to be wrong. Would you agree?
Yeah.
That's a real problem.
Yeah.
Well, not me. I'm wrong. I know it. I air it out. I spread it on people and I move on. Okay. Imagine for 1 second if Hitler would just apologize. Now, would it make a difference to the 6 million Jews in the oven? Of course not. But would it hurt? I don't think so. No. Okay. You can't change the past. Okay. So here's what happened. You ready? This is I don't think you've heard this about me.
Oh, okay.
Once upon a time, I was a baby reindeer.
What?
Oh my God. No, I have not heard
You've not
this.
heard this?
No.
Do you remember baby reindeer?
Yes. That was crazy.
Yeah, it was the rage 2 years ago. All anyone could talk about was the baby reindeer. And by the way, I think he has been kidnapped by ICE and thrown into a jail cell,
No.
separated from his co-stars in cages. Where has he been? Where?
Yeah.
I actually have not seen him at all. He was like the talk of the town. And
You couldn't give enough awards to the woman who, I'm going to say it, the heavy woman, because I want to distinguish between the other actress with
She's
the
a
round
great
face.
actress.
she's a great actress. Yeah.
The actress, and then the other actress who was a they.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So they could not walk 2 feet in Hollywood or Glendale or Los Angeles or on the freeway without seeing a billboard for the baby reindeer and all the more awards they're collecting. Haven't seen them in 2 years. Now, for those of you who don't remember the baby reindeer, it was a story of a terrible stand-up comic who got RAPED'd, okay, by I can't remember, but I think he was like a maybe more powerful stand-up comic. I can't remember. But also the stand-up comic was being stalked by a stalker. And then it was a true story and he made a show about it and he was a baby reindeer. That was the story. So now I'm going to need you, okay, to help me put myself in the hooves of the reindeer, okay? Because I was baby reindeered by a real stalker.
Oh.
Yeah, but it was almost a reverse reindeer because the stalker was the entertainer and I was just an innocent person who did a tiny kindness.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm not going to tell you the name of the entertainer but I can say this much, okay? It was Ryan Murphy, the prolific television producer. Okay. Now, it was years ago, okay? It was years ago, sometime between Glee and Dharma. I can't remember, but it was right in Provincetown, Massachusetts. Have you ever been there over July 4th? It's like the gay capital of the world.
I have never been, and I've been dying.
Oh my God, you would love it. All the lesbians, they would put their fingers right inside you in a good way.
Right in.
Yeah. Not without consent. You know what I mean? But let me tell you something. It was July 4th weekend, a couple years ago. Okay, more than a couple. Okay, Baby Reindeer was a couple years ago. My experience was beforehand. You understand? Okay, July 4th weekend, and I'm telling you, Ryan Murphy goes there every year, and he's like DiCaprio on the Titanic. You understand? He's like king of the gay world. Yeah. I'm the king of the gay world. Standing there. Okay. Now so now they're doing the parade. Okay. Every day they have a daily gay parade.
I gotta go.
A parade. Okay. Because not every day. I'd exaggerate. But over July 4th weekend, there's a big, patriotic parade where the gays take back America.
Yeah.
And I'm watching this from the sidewalk. Okay. And honestly, all I want to do, because here's what's going on. This parade is endless. Okay. It's just dances and G-strings and whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. And I just want to cross the street to go to the Nut House for some ice cream, which is one of their fabulous ice cream places. Everyone knows that the ice cream in New England is best in the summer. So, okay. Anyway, I'm waiting for 5,000 oiled up twinks to stop doing the dance number in front of me. Okay. And there's a chariot. Okay. And so it's like a chariot, it's like a pyramid being carried and a chariot on top of it. Okay. And I look up and I see who's the pharaoh. Okay, in the chariot. He's presiding all the dance numbers. It is Ryan Patrick Murphy. And all I did, I swear to God, okay, all I did, I caught his eye. Okay, I'm just standing there. I want to get to the Nut House. There's maple walnut with my name.
I was going to ask what flavor.
Maple walnut, black raspberry, moose tracks.
Oh,
and then you get
great.
a little. You can't call them. I think it's racism to call sprinkles Jimmy's.
You cannot.
But
it's
I
a
didn't
New
know
England
that.
thing. It is
they
a New
call them
England
Jimmy's,
thing.
but I don't know what
I've
it's.
never heard that.
Okay, I've never understood why. Don't tell me
like
because I don't want to be upset that I just said it out loud. All I can tell you is.
I'm going to ding in general.
Let's ding. I'm gonna approve of that one.
Okay, yeah.
It could be that it's Jimi Hendrix, and I don't want to know why. You know what I mean? What I'm saying, it could be. I don't know. I don't know how Sprinkles became Jimmy's in Massachusetts. I'm afraid. I'm nervous. I'm scared. I say Sprinkles now. Okay.
Yes, Sprinkles.
I say Sprinkles. I say primary bedroom and Sprinkles.
Yes.
Okay.
If it's Jimi Hendrix, that's pretty funny to me.
It is. It's funny, but I don't know
think
why.
it is.
Okay. Either way, I don't want rainbow Jimi Hendrix's anywhere.
Right.
Okay. Anyway, so I'm waiting to get my ice cream, and I'm getting a little impatient because I get an ice cream every single day at 3:30 and 6:30 after dinner every day of the summer.
Good.
So I'm waiting. Okay, and I'm like, come on. The Pharaoh, aka Ryan Murphy, we catch eyes. Okay, and this is all I did. I sort of gave him like a. Thumbs up.
Yeah.
Like you're doing great. Also, move it along.
Yeah,
come
like,
on,
let's go.
come on. You're going less than 2 miles an hour here.
Like, let's
come on.
speed it up.
Let's clear up the parade. You're the Santa. If this is Macy's, you're the last float. Move it along.
Yep.
Take them all with you. Okay. And he sees me, right? Because he's looking at me. Freezes. Like just stares. Like maybe as though no motherly figure ever gave him any real encouragement, and that's why he has to conquer every single network. I don't know. Okay? While he's frozen and staring, a single pink tear goes down his cheek.
Pink.
Well, he's gay. And for the entire rest of the holiday weekend, everywhere I went, okay? Because they finally moved. I went and I was famished. And I got my water in the Oasis / my ice cream in the Nut House.
Yeah.
Everywhere I went that weekend, Ryan was there. Okay, waiting for me. Okay, to stare more into my eyes and weep. Okay, Herring Cove Beach. There's Ryan. Race Point Lighthouse. There's Ryan. The Lobster Pot. There's Ryan. The Canteen. Ryan. The public ladies' room at the ferry boats. It was before gender neutral. Ryan is there.
Really?
Crying at me. Yeah.
Crying at every stop.
He says to me, he leans in at one point, because at that point, I just come out of a stall and I'm washing my hands. Beverly, people know me as a gay leader. I love you, though. I want to get inside of you. I don't understand myself.
What?
Yeah. I don't care. I don't care about what they think. I want to make love with you.
What?
Be my dirty reindeer, even though reindeers are Christian usually, and you're so Jewish, and also I'm gay and you're a woman, blah, 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 blah. On and on. Now, I can't remember if those were the exact words or not, but it was an invasion of my privacy. Okay, it was
That's what you heard him
That's
say.
what I heard. And that's what I remember. Okay.
You have to live your truth.
Thank you. This podcast is about truth and authenticity. I finally had to tell him I was done with this, him popping up and jump scaring me and then whispering inappropriate things in my ear. And not, by the way, not because I don't appreciate being admired sexually by anyone. Okay. Yeah. Because it was a different time. I know it makes you uncomfortable. Me, unless it's an anti-Semite undressing me with his eyes, come at me, or a woman, or female. Women can be anti-Semites too. Yeah. So they can come at me too. I don't want them. You understand?
Right.
Okay. Yeah. I said, look, Ryan, I love your work. Okay. Nip Tuck, the OJ one, 911.
Yeah, all of them.
911 Lone Star.
Nashville. But I respect you. Did he do Nashville? Yeah. 911 Nashville.
911 Nashville. But I respect you too much to say I love you, okay? Because you are a person. You are not your work. And with that, he went up in a puff of glitter. I never saw him again. Oh. So what is the message here? What am I accountable for? I am accountable for Ryan Murphy clearly finding the strength to carry on. And now, more than 99% of the billboards in Los Angeles are for Ryan Murphy shows. At one point, it was only about 50, 60%. Literally, there is not a television show that is not a Ryan Murphy. And by the way, can we even call them television shows anymore? Because they're on the computer. There is not a visual dramatization of anything that is not owned and dandered on with Ryan Murphy dander. And for that, I apologize. Unless you really like his work. In that case, you're welcome. Now, we will get to the theme, but I just want to give you a little update about my girls because we need something positive in the world. Yeah. Part of my job is not just to spread, amends, perhaps, but also to spread sunshine. Okay. Yeah. You're the world. You're a piece of if the world were flat, okay, and it was a piece of bread, I'm going to hold the big giant knife like a butter knife, nothing sharp, take the sun and spread it all over.
That's nice. There's a lot of spreading happening in this episode.
Listen to me. I was told, okay, that man spreading should not be just for men. Okay. We'll get into that another time. Just came to me. Now, last I told you, last I left off, there was a little situation with my daughter, Rochelle, the thinner twin. Now, I believe I mentioned that only in my mind, I had apparently been imagining that I was finding a way to get her pregnant with my grandchild, which calm down. It was my subconscious. And as we learned last week, I am not my subconscious. You are not your subconscious. If I was, I would be in the bed right now in Dana and Brett's bedroom with two young Eric Banners right now. But that's not happening. Do you understand that I'm aware of what's going on inside and outside? We have both. The update is that Rochelle is now binging and purging. We've been here before. Moving on. Listen. It's a problem. But you know what? We've been here. We know this chapter. We know how it goes. She gets hungry enough and she goes back to normal. So the news is that, listen to me. It's not, let me tell you something. I'm not trying to minimize, even though that's ultimately what the goal is for a lot of people with eating disorders. What I say? You know what? I don't want to minimize eating disorders. You know what? It's not even funny. It's not funny. I'm sorry that I brought that up. I am. Okay?
Okay.
I don't want to trigger you. Are you triggered? Yeah.
I'm not.
But you think people
But
could
I
be.
think people
Yeah,
would
look,
be.
look, there's nothing more insidious. This is not something that I'm going to laugh at. There's nothing more insidious than eating disorders, and there's nothing sadder, because if you love food as much as you could, it's just a very sad disease. I have no jokes. I'm just going to move on, okay? We've been here before. Whatever. I know it has an end point. The good news, and this is really shocking because this is good news, but it actually involves my other daughter, Lainey.
Oh.
So she called me. Already a big deal.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Guess what?
What?
She was not crying, which
Wow.
is huge.
Okay.
She's still hung up on me. But I'm
Okay.
telling you, something is different. Now, does it have to do with the heavy man she met in the vestibule and then made love to while my loyal friend, Phyllis, listened to the whole thing outside her door? It sure does.
Wow.
That's the only thing I can guess. So I just want to say I'm putting good energy and pheromones into the universe. I'm going to put vapping out there. Do you know what vapping is? Not vaping. It's something new.
I don't know it.
This is so wonderful. I'm so happy for the world because you have the whole internet at your fingertips. So you can find out about just about anything. Alt furs, vapping. I'm going to tell you what it is so you don't have to do a Google in case you've already figured it out over there, lightning fingers. Did you figure it out?
No.
Okay. Well, what if I did it for you right now and then you guess what it is?
Okay.
Okay. You're not going to be able to hear it. You're only going to be able to see it. So if you haven't gotten hip to the Yodcast, this is on you. Okay.
Okay. No.
What did
Bev,
what did I
no,
do?
You
What
went
did I
to
do?
your area.
Did you did you just body shame me? Your
I didn't
No,
body
you
shame
didn't.
you.
Not with your words, but you did with your reaction. Okay. So here's what vapping. What do you think it is?
I just saw you go like this.
Oh, so
Was
you
there
didn't see the
something
first
before?
part.
Okay. So the first.
now
Here's
I
what
can
you
guess.
do. You use your fingers to touch your downstairs.
Okay.
Vagina,
Yeah,
labes, and you get a little liquid on
Like a
you,
musk.
a little
Sort of a
moist, and then you
pheromones.
dab it. Correct, and you dab it. You vap it under your décolletage and under your where your pressure points are, and that's what brings people to your. That's what it gives you the odor arm.
Do you think
know
that
what I
would
mean?
work for men?
No, because you don't have a moisture place unless you want to stick it right in your tush. You can't do that. No, it's not for men. It's for women. It's for sorry. It's for women. And I want to say women identifying as women, but I also think it might be hard for them to find the moisture pocket. But
Anyone with a
moist
vagina.
anyone with a vagina haver, can put their fingertips near the vagina, get a little moisture, and then put it on like a perfume. And then the odor arm, which is not really an odor. Okay, so just calm down. You don't have to get all disgusted. I can see your face. He's not, but he is. So he is inside, but he's really
I'm just
trying
saying-
hard to be
yeah, I'm
supportive of women right now, and I do applaud him. So here's what happens. So then the odor arm, it's like when you put an apple pie in the window, and then it comes and it captures
cartoon.
it captures a chipmunk and it brings it to the pie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or it was like
Yes.
the person's floating
That's
through the
right.
air
Okay.
to get the pie.
It does that metaphorically to anyone who's interested in making love with me. Okay, so that's what vapping is. How did I get on this? That's not today's theme. Okay. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You're welcome. Don't say you don't learn anything. Where's Mel Robbins? Does she vap? Somebody email her and ask.
Where did the term come from?
I don't know. I'm not even entirely sure it's the right term.
Like, I'm gonna look it. I'm
okay,
gonna look.
how are you going to Google that? What are you putting into Google?
I'm
With
assuming
2 Ps.
it's 2 Ps.
Yes,
right?
because if it wasn't, it would be vaping. We've already
Vaping.
covered this.
Vapping.
I'm going to take a sip of my coffee.
You
with
don't
the frog.
think a little?
Vagina.
You don't think a little sweat from down there on the neck?
What do you mean? Oh, you're still.
Some
Listen
ball
to me.
sweat.
He
He's-
wants to do it.
I'm
He's
just laughing
trying to
at
use testicular
He's like, my
sweat.
balls have
Yeah.
a good
I'm just saying. Do you
smell.
think that might have a pheromone?
Well, sure,
Oh.
maybe. I don't know, but just not as
Wait,
much.
it's not peas, it's bees. Did
Va-
you say bees?
I said P. It's B.
it's
Vabbing?
bees.
Vabbing.
Because I was curious if it was like vagina and dabbing together, which it is.
Oh,
Vabbing.
vabbing.
So it's vabbing, vagina dabbing. It's a TikTok-driven, non-scientific
No, excuse me.
trend where individuals apply their own vaginal fluids
Okay.
to pulse points,
So-
like perfume.
Okay, so
Vabbing.
here's what I've learned from everything you've just taught everybody.
Okay.
That it's a Chinese way
I never said
because
never said that.
because TikTok is China, so they're trying to get everybody to be distracted sexually by this very real phenomenon
Okay.
and scientific based vabbing.
It did none of that I said.
so that they can take over.
Okay, literally none of that I said. Didn't even say.
Look, you know what? This is not a podcast where I tell you what to do. It's what I show you what to do. You take from this and you're shown. Then you have the choice. You make the choice. Today's theme, inspired by 2 true events. Here's what happened. Okay, I'm going to tell you the events that happened and then how the theme was inspired. Also involving someone Chinese.
Okay.
Here's what happened. My pug, Canadel, formerly known as Rochelle's dog, but is my dog. Okay. Canadel, what kind of pug?
Pug.
Chinese pug.
Okay,
They're from China. Okay?
Well, they are.
Okay.
I can't even ding that because that is true. They were like lap dogs of royalty.
That's
like
right.
Chinese royalty.
I'm glad you've worked that out by yourself. So I didn't have to tell you you don't ding that. That's where the dog's coming from. Okay? Anyway, we're done with China. Okay? Are you happy? Anyway, Canadal ate an Advil off the floor.
Oh, no.
What did I do? I did what every single doctor says not to do. I Googled and it was terrifying. That's toxic. It'll hurt her kidneys. You better induce vomiting right now. I rush her to the emergency vet. And as I'm watching them carry her back to the back, it hit me like a ton of bricks. Canadal is the reincarnated Shayna Punim.
Okay. How did you get to this?
I'll tell you. Okay. No, well, but first I'll let you know that she's okay. They did not induce Chinese Canadal to throw up because they didn't want her to aspirate, which is a risk with smushy faced dogs. Okay. Which is what happened to Jimi Hendrix. Hey, oh, double Jimi Hendrix.
Hey.
Oh, no.
You do even know who that is?
Yes.
I don't know. You're very young. Okay. Karsten doesn't. He doesn't know. My 16-year-old sort of grandish nephew once removed. He's busy with electronic music. EDM? Anyway, aspiration. They said she seemed fine and I should just keep an eye on her. Okay?
Okay.
So the moral of that
God,
story,
that's good.
don't trust Google. Okay? They
That's true.
didn't even charge me at the emergency vet, which is really
That's
yeah.
shocking and very
it
nice.
wasn't crowded there. So anyway, we go home. First thing that happens. You ready? She goes right to my closet and poops on the floor. Now, I assume she was resentful because of the trip to the emergency vet.
She was.
Okay?
She made a stink literally and.
Oh, you cute. That's cute. She did. I didn't think much of it, okay, except for the fleeting thought, which was, just like my Bichon Frise, Shayna Punim, may she rest in peace and may her memory be a blessing before she died. It didn't she didn't like the vibe in a room. Boom, poop in the closet like you do, okay? But I would have brushed it off as a one-time thing. Right after that, right after I'm cleaning up the dog mess. Okay. Actually, as I'm cleaning up the dog mess in the closet, my tush is sticking out behind me because I'm bending down. She comes up behind me, rubs herself right on my tush. Okay. Now, I got to tell you something. This is Shayna Madel move. Not Madel, Punim. What did I say? Shayna Madel. You know what that means? It's a pretty girl. But I meant she's a pretty face. Punim.
Okay.
Shayna Punim move. Whenever I would lie down on my bed, Shayna would cuddle up on my derriere because it was soft like her pillow, the one in the corner of my living room that you never wash. You're not you or Tori.
Yeah,
you
like
can't wash it.
Yeah.
No, I can't help it. Okay. I mean, I do have a wonderful tush. Do I think it invites attention? Yes, I do. It was Shayna's favorite place, irregardless. Can I tell you something? I feel sorry for your generation because I used to get compliments on my tush all the time and I took it in stride because, 99% of the time it was lascivious and unwanted. But once in a while, it felt pretty good. And now you can't do it at all. So you've lost your 1%. But anyway, it was Shayna's favorite place was my tush. Irregardless, I swat her away and then I'm hungry. I go to the kitchen to boil an egg. It's a great snack.
That's a good,
I'm in
high
the-
protein.
I'm in the kitchen. Take an egg out of the refrigerator. Isn't it funny how we Americans refrigerate our eggs? They don't do that
It
in
is
other
funny.
places.
Well, we have to refrigerate them because in the U.S. we wash eggs. Like the companies rinse the eggs, so it takes the enzyme off. And so in Europe, they have the enzyme on the egg, so you can leave it on the counter.
Okay.
I just wanted. So that's a fact I knew.
Dana, so sorry. I forgot we had a scientist on the podcast. I'm trying to understand this. You're telling me that even though we don't eat the shell, unless that's your favorite part of the egg, we need to wash the eggshell because the inside is affected by this, which we know it isn't. Or are you suggesting that we keep them in the fridge, take an egg out of the shell, wash it, put it back in the shell, and put it back in the fridge?
I'm saying that for some reason in the U.S. they rinse the eggs, and that takes
what?
away that that barrier that the egg naturally has. So.
Okay.
Bacteria can get through the shell into it.
I forgot that we had a farmer here on the podcast and a factory farmer who understands the difference in the chemicals used in multiple countries. And I forgot she was from another country. Thank you for your expertise. Okay, everybody, please go make sure that you keep your eggs in the fridge or you're going to be poisoned because they've been washed. That makes so much sense. I'm so grateful that we can give you all these tips. Can I go back to my story,
Yes,
please?
yes.
All right. I swat her away okay, because she starts barking like crazy, this dog. I take an egg out. She sees the egg in my hand. She's staring at it, and she's a pug, so it's a very anemic bark, okay? But they're not guard dogs, okay? All right, they don't need a powerful bark. Anyway, I move to get a pot to boil it, and the Kanatal starts crying.
Oh, no.
So what do I do? I'm frozen. I'm like, why is she crying? I put the pot down, and I think, all right. I move towards the frying pan, and she starts jumping around, thrilled. Okay. Every time I made a move towards frying an egg with butter, she's thrilled. And when I try to hard boil an egg, she cries.
Oh.
Now, this went on until I was serving her a fried egg in butter. Okay.
Wow. She got her way.
Shayna Punnam's favorite meal.
Oh.
Okay. I fed it to her twice a day until she died of a heart attack after 8 years. Now, I have been feeding Kanatal, okay, a fried egg every single morning since this happened.
Yeah.
And every night since this happened. And I'm telling you, she has emerged as Shayna Punnam.
Oh.
She no longer responds to Kanatal, even though she's Kanatal. I say after Kanatal, we're going out. She doesn't move a muscle. Shayna Punnam comes right to me.
Wow.
So I did a little research into Jews and reincarnation because I don't want to summon a demon.
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
You know
I'd be scared about that.
Okay. Or the devil.
I don't want any of that.
That's right. But guess what? Dark energy exists. There's good energy and bad energy because everything has a polar opposite. Okay? What comes up must come down. Yin yang, yin yang, yin yang. Also Chinese or maybe just Asian. Okay. I don't know. All right. Did you ever hear the term the devil is beating his wife?
No, I don't think so.
You never heard it? It's very innocent. The phrase is not innocent, but it's in response to if it rains when the sun is out.
Okay.
My auntie Sarah used to say it, but she grew up in Augusta, Georgia, so it might have been a southern thing. Hang on, I have a little frog in my throat. I think Brett put it there.
Oh, there you go.
Hold on.
You don't have to do that.
I got a little
put the mic to it. Yeah.
On your microphone.
By the way, you see what the mug says?
Oh, for those of you who can't see, it says best person ever. Did you choose that intentionally for me?
I said, why not? Yeah.
Oh, that is so thoughtful. I feel like Brett's really learning, and now Dana's getting a real sense of overconfidence with all of her science facts. And I'm very concerned about where this relationship is going. Okay, so I did a Google, okay, and reincarnation is not mentioned in the AI Talmud. But here's what I did come up with. Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay. This is verbatim, means I'm using the words that are right there.
I know that.
Okay, well, I don't know. Where'd you go, Emerson? It's not it's not great. Okay. Many Jews are surprised to learn, or may even wish to deny, that reincarnation, the quote-unquote revolving of souls through a succession of lives, or Gilgulim, which is the Hebrew, is an integral part of Jewish belief. But this teaching has always been around. And it is firmly rooted in source verses. Examples abound. Rambam, who was one of the greatest commentators on the Torah and on the Talmud, and a seminal figure in Jewish history, hints several times that reincarnation is the key to penetrating deep mysteries.
Penetrating deep mysteries.
Okay. So now you're a scientist and a pervert. And I didn't know I didn't know you could be both. It's almost like you're auditioning for new careers today. like you want to either go and work for some science-based biotech company or OnlyFans. I can't figure it out.
Both. No.
You know something? You get so cheeky. The funny thing is I think you're so popular with the fans that they'll probably want you to do an OnlyFans. Let's take a pause for a second. I'm going to put it out there in case you have one, I don't know about it, and you want to get promoted. Do you have an OnlyFans? No. Do you have an OnlyFans under another name?
No.
Do you look at OnlyFans?
No.
Do you have an OnlyFans an account either as a consumer or an artist?
No, I think I opened one to try to find a crazy 90 Day Fiance person who had one because I wanted to see because it was like gross, and I was like, I got to see this gross, weird 90 Day Fiance person's OnlyFans. But I was like, I signed up for 1 month to see that. Oh, and that was years ago.
Did you remember to cancel the free trial because that's a real flaw?
Yes, I think I definitely did. Okay, I think I definitely did.
And what about you?
No.
No.
I've never even heard
Are
of
you
it.
only saying that because your
never
girlfriend is
heard
saying
of
your
it?
Never heard of OnlyFans.
Oh my God, he lies.
That's not even, you know, something.
That's not even-
Everyone here has had too much coffee. So I just please, can we get back to the theme?
Yes.
Okay. The thing is, with Jews and reincarnations, gets into the Kabbalah, okay, which most people only know from Madonna and red bracelets. Okay? I'm going to tell you what it is. Do you know what the Kabbalah really is? Brett. And you don't
Yeah.
answer because you're going to tell me that it needs to be washed and refrigerated. You.
Yeah.
What?
It's like it's one of those like side books.
Boy. Okay. It's not a side book, okay?
Yeah,
but what it
not.
is it's Jewish mysticism,
Right.
okay? And you can Google it because although Google, remember this is something to take away. Google is not a rabbi and neither am I, okay? So Google is not your rabbi. Remember that. That's a good tattoo. That'd be fun. Google is not my rabbi.
I like that.
Anyway, but what I'm saying is it's the study or the concept of Jewish mysticism, which I think is
Yeah.
primarily about the afterlife. I'll have to ask Iva if she has any confirmation, the medium from the other side on that. But either way, okay, the Kabbalah you're not supposed to mess with unless you're Madonna, is I think the big message. Okay, and we see how that turned out. Okay, I think that's why her plastic surgeon turned out so bad. Is probably she had a Jewish plastic surgeon, and he was like, "You're messing around with our mysticism you're skipping steps," and I don't love it. So you can't wear a red bracelet and say you understand the secrets of the universe according to the great rabbis. But anyway, okay. The point is, I have my dog back. Okay, my original dog. The big question: where did Canadal go? That's an issue that has yet to be figured out.
Oh yeah, where?
I don't know, but I'd like to
Okay.
check your tortoise and see if she's doing an all of me.
Oh, I love
Like
that.
where Steve Martin and Lily Tomlin share the same body, do Canadal and Pauline share the same tortoise?
I hope so.
It's a concern. The other point that I want to make is it would seem that Jews do believe in reincarnation, and I have further determined, based on my own what I hope to be true, that Shayna Punim and I have been on a journey together as soul friends. We are in the same soul group. We have been married. We have been parent and child, sister and brother, they and they, them. Okay. We are meant to travel together through time and dimensions, the end. Okay.
I like that.
But we are going to go on a hunt to try and figure out where is Canadal's soul? Okay, because I'm not comfortable. The soul, that pug was not bright. Okay, I'm convinced. I'm a little concerned that soul ran into traffic and got hit by a car.
Oh no!
Listen, I don't know, or that a demon soul took it. Okay, I'm not asking Brett about any of this because I think that we already know that he's probably we live, we die. Who tells our story?
Yeah, you just-
Hamilton.
Yeah.
Okay, it's one and done. Okay, right? Dana, what do you think about reincarnation?
Oh, definitely believe it for sure.
Yeah.
She believes everything.
Okay.
Okay. I saw it coming, and I don't want you to get
I'm
upset.
just
Don't get
saying.
distracted. Don't look
I
at
don't
him.
mean that to upset.
I believe everything. That's
Okay.
not true. I don't believe
Well,
everything.
that's because she's right. You're wrong. Continue.
I just say
Okay.
you never know. First off, that's my overarching. I just say you never know.
Yep.
But I do believe, and because I do think there are very much like old souls and new souls,
Yep.
like walking around.
Yep.
Sometimes you meet somebody where you're like, they're fresh. Like they haven't been around the block.
Because there's a lot of new souls that have been made because we're overpopulated. Think about it. It's science. Yeah.
And then there's just some people that naturally have, you're like, oh, you must have lived
Yeah.
many lives because
Yeah.
you have like a natural,
yeah.
understanding of people. See?
Like me.
Yes.
That's why we're here. Because my old soul is doing a podcast for you with all of the cumulative knowledge that I have collected. Okay, whether I lived in the brothel or on the battlefield, or as an Amish, or as a Roman soldier, or as a medicine woman and the man or woman in the Amazon. I've been everywhere. I already know it. Okay, just because Brett hasn't been anywhere, he's jealous. Okay,
Yeah,
he's a
yeah.
very fresh new soul.
You think so?
I do. I think you're a baby. I think you're a beautiful baby, bright new soul, and you can only be damaged, which is very
I
sad.
don't know.
You need to get your war scars.
I think I've been around.
Here's what I'm going to do to make the world a better place this week. I am going to make sure that I tell the next time I see Lucy the Armenian, I'm going to tell her I'm 90% sure that her new kitten is my dead husband.
Whoa.
Allen Ginsberg, not the one you're thinking of.
Ah.
Okay, as a warning. Okay, she needs to be very aware that cat could scratch her in the night. Okay, out of the blue. Alan was a scratcher sexually. So
Really?
Yep. And I can tell that Alan is the cat by looking in his eyes. I don't want my friend to get scratched, so I'm making her aware. It's not hard to wrap your brains around. You don't even have to believe. But if I can implant a little bit of doubt or belief, that's what my job is, to put a little seed of doubt. So when you're thinking you're so sure, I want you to remember that Beverly is saying, rethink. Just give it another go. Maybe think more complexly. I know that your generation has a very difficult time with that, but I'm asking you to examine something from all sides, okay, before you just make a rash decision. That's how people get hurt. And the problem is that when people get hurt, you can't unhurt them. You can try and unhurt them, but I've never seen anyone take out, if somebody stabs someone and then take out the knife and then suddenly it works out. In fact, you're supposed to leave the knife there because until the doctor gets there and can sew it up normally. Do you understand?
You can't pull it out.
Don't pull out a knife. The next time you stab someone, just let it be until the doctor paramedics get there to deal with it afterwards. It's your responsibility. Okay, if you aren't subscribed yet, don't make me yell at you, okay? You can do the Kosher monthly plan for $4 a month or the Kosher yearly plan for $40 a year. You get episodes early, you get ad-free episodes, and you get access to additional Beverly content, including but not limited to mini episodes of my original true crime series, Finding Finchy, where I am determined to track down Elizabeth Finch, the cancer faker from Grey's Anatomy, and make her apologize to me for giving me the idea to fake cancer. If it weren't for her, I never would have done it. The Beverly Podcast and Yodcast are executive produced by Dana Wickens. Engineering and a bunch of other stuff is done by Brett Morris. Social media management is handled by Shannon Locke. And additional support and development for the Beverly Podcast came from the Jewish Writers Institute. So yeah, you got it. The Jewish World Controllers have their hands all over this too. Scary.
Boogie 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 boogie